So we are now pleased to present our awards. The first award tonight is the Maury Cousinets Volunteer of the Year Award. Maury was an amazing supporter of the people of Fall River and of Bristol Community College. His legacy of generosity lives on in this award, and it will be presented by his granddaughter, Tara Gagnon. Welcome, Tara. And the recipient of the 2025 Maury Cousinets Volunteer of the Year Award goes to Maria Ferreira Bedard. Maria Ferreira Bedard serves as Executive Director of the Southeastern Massachusetts Jobs for Progress and has been successfully running educational and workforce development programs for more than 33 years. For 25 of those years, she served as the Young Parents Program Director at the organization and became the Executive Director in 2016. A lifelong resident of Fall River, she is active in her community and currently serving as the Chair of the Department of Transitional Assistance Advisory Board for the Fall River office, and Chair of the Board of Directors of Citizens for Citizens. She is also a member of the Mass Hire Bristol Workforce Board, the Bristol County Economic Development Consultants Board of Directors, and the Board of Directors of SUR National. She was appointed by Governor Charlie Baker to the Massachusetts State Workforce Board in 2018. You're busy. We recognize Maria tonight for being a tremendous partner, not only for Bristol Community College, but also within the community. Maria has been a supporter of Bristol, where since 2019, she has served as a member of the Luso-Century Advisory Board, supporting the center's growth, programming, and fundraising initiatives. Additionally, Maria has hosted 9 Bristol Community College students as interns at SUR Jobs for Progress, helping them to guide their career pathways. Please join me in congratulating the 2025 Maury Cousinets Volunteer of the Year Award winner, Maria Ferreira. Congratulations again, Maria. And now the next award is the Alumni of the Year Award. This award has been given to an alum who, through professional achievement or personal dedication, has demonstrated an outstanding commitment and accomplishment to his or her field in the community. The recipient of the 2025 Alumni of the Year Award goes to Melanie Edwards Tavaz, Bristol class of 1997. Melanie serves as President and Chief Executive Officer of the South Coast Community Foundation. After graduating from Bristol in 1997, Melanie earned her bachelor's degrees in counseling psychology from Lesley University, a master's in community economic development from Southeastern New Hampshire University, and a doctor of education leadership from the Harvard Graduate School of Education. And during her 30-year career, Melanie has held leadership positions at nonprofits, including the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving, Girl Scouts of Eastern Massachusetts, Child and Family Services, Pace Youth Build of New Bedford, and the Massachusetts Service Alliance. Melanie's work in the nonprofit sector is not just a career, but a lifelong commitment that traces back to her earliest volunteer experience. And as a teenager growing up in the United Front Housing Development in New Bedford, she and her mother founded a grassroots organization called Positive Influence Peer Leadership Program to encourage young adults to engage in peer-to-peer education and community development. Melanie volunteers as vice chair of the board of Big Picture Learning, an international nonprofit dedicated to co-building sustainable systems of student-driven, real-world learning while advocating for more equitable outcomes. She was a Dean's Fellow at Harvard University and a Gordon M. Imbach Public Service Fellow. She has been recognized with a New Bedford Heritage Award. And in 2009, she received the Distinguished Black African American Alumni Award from Bristol. So please join me in congratulating the 2025 Alumna of the Year, Melanie Edwards Tavas. Right. Congratulations, Melanie. And now the next award is the Championing Diversity and Inclusion Award. The Alumni Association Steering Committee, in partnership with the Foundation Board of Directors, created this award last year. This award honors a Bristol alum who has made a difference at Bristol and in the community, focusing on the following areas: LGBTQ+, Black, Indigenous, people of color, religious affiliations, and gender equality. These contributions can relate to policy, volunteerism, and community outreach. And the recipient of the 2025 Championing Diversity and Inclusion Award goes to Nicole Mello, Bristol class of 2014. Nicole Mello is a dedicated registered nurse with a strong background in leadership and public health. In addition to serving as Middleborough's town public health nurse, she is a selectman for the town of Dayton, a sitting member of the Dayton Commission on Disability, and is the president of the Massachusetts Association of Public Health Nurses. Nicole has served as the Assistant Director of Health Services at Cooperative Production, known as Co-op, a local nonprofit dedicated to supporting individuals with disabilities and brain injuries. During her 5 years at Co-op, she coordinated care plans, collaborated with medical professionals, and ensured that participants received the necessary resources to thrive in their communities. Nicole is being recognized here tonight for her work in advocating for community members with disabilities. Through her experience in public health roles, Nicole works closely with local and state government officials, the Massachusetts Office on Disability, and other community partners. In coordination with her growing network, she has created programs and policies that enhance participant community accessibility and inclusion. Nicole's determination has helped many people better with society and experience personal empowerment to live meaningful and self-determined lives. And Nicole is a graduate of Bristol's nursing program. She went on to earn her Bachelor's of Science in Nursing from the University of Massachusetts of Dartmouth and holds a Master's in Nursing Leadership from Capella University. So please join me in congratulating the 2025 Championing Diversity and Inclusion Award winner, Nicole Mello. The next award is the Distinguished Black African American Alumni of the Year Award. This award is given to an alum who has demonstrated professional success and service to the community. The recipient of the 2025 Distinguished Black or African American Alumni of the Year Award goes to Lorraine Garvin Hollinside, Bristol class of 2019. You are a true gentleman. I like that. Lorraine Renee Garvin Hollinside is a seasoned healthcare professional who currently serves as a certified surgical technologist with South Coast Health. With more than 30 years of dedicated experience, she has a proven track record of enhancing community awareness through fundraising, donating, and empowering young women. Lorraine is adept to utilizing interpersonal life skills, warm approaches, and an open mind to accomplish her goals. Her most recent accomplishment was in 2024 when she was able to raise more than $4,400 in 10 days for a local elementary school to purchase new computers for the upcoming school year. And as a wife, a mother, and friend, Lorraine uses her platform to address challenges in underserved communities and raise money where it's most needed. She brings her expertise and passion to new challenges and opportunities, continuing her lifelong mission to support and uplift individuals and communities. So please join me in congratulating the 2025 Distinguished Black or African American Alumni of the Year, Lorraine Garvin Hollinside. And now the next award is the Alumni Service Award. And this award honors alumni making significant contributions to their profession or community and who share a commitment to the service of others in their community. The recipient of the 2025 Alumni Service Award goes to Joanne Pelletier, Bristol class of 1989. Joanne Pelletier has been at the college now for nearly 27 years. She has served as the Chief Information and Data Officer, leading information technology at the college, as well as institutional research. Through this work, Joanne ensures Bristol's strategy is data-driven and that the college has the technological tools to meet every evolving needs and propel in the college forward. Joanne is a member of and has led several statewide collaborative initiatives that seek to leverage the buying capacity and expertise of colleagues. When Bristol was the victim of a major cyber attack in late 2023, Joanne's leadership was critical in ensuring that the college systems and data were secure, as well as ensuring that there were minimal interruptions to the normal college activities during that period. Her love of technology was formed right here at Bristol, where she earned her associate degree in computer programming. After Bristol, Joanne went on to earn a bachelor's degree in computer science and computer information systems from Rhode Island College, and then a master's degree in computer information systems from Boston University. She serves as the board of directors at Family Service Association in Fall River, and spent 3 years as chair at this local Human Services Agency. She also recently joined Bank 5 as a cooperator. Cooperator, sorry. Can't read my own handwriting. Please join me in congratulating the 2025 Alumni Service of the Award, Joanne Pelletier. Thank you, Joanne. Congratulations. And now I would like to present the 2025 Paragon Award. The Paragon Award is the most distinguished award for a Bristol Community College alum. The awardee is a community leader with outstanding service and a demonstrated loyal interest in Bristol Community College. The recipient of the 2025 Paragon Award goes to Tara Kohler, Bristol class of 1997. You can. Tara Kohler serves as a superintendent of Fairhaven Public Schools. Her professional journey is a testament to her educational growth and leadership. She started her post-high school career at Bristol Community College in 1992, then obtained a bachelor's degree in psychology from UMass Dartmouth in 1996. She returned to Bristol and graduated with an associate degree in criminal justice in 1997, and she earned a Master of Education degree from Cambridge College and also continued her studies at Lesley University. And most recently, she earned a Certificate of Advancement Educational Leadership from the Harvard Graduate School of Education. Her career as an educator spans more than 2 decades. Started as a classroom teacher at St. Mary's School, Normandan Junior High School, and New Bedford High School, where I personally met Tara because she was my teacher. So, not many people knew that. I still feel like she's like breathing next to me though, like watching, you know, like I get nervous.
I'm like, where's your homework,
Yeah,
Steven?
it's here. And after receiving her master's degree, she took the role of an instructional supervisor and then the housemaster at New Bedford High School. She served for a decade there before becoming the principal of Fairhaven High School. As a principal, Tara was responsible for improving student achievement, which helped make Fairhaven High School a highly respected institution on the South Coast. After almost a decade as principal, Tara's dedication and leadership were further recognized when she was appointed Assistant Superintendent of Schools in 2017, a position she has held before becoming a superintendent in 2021. The school committee, acknowledging her strong leadership at no surprise, extended her contract in 2023 for an additional 6 years. Tara is an active member of the Massachusetts Association of School Superintendents, serving as a representative on their legislative committee. Please join me in congratulating the 2025 Paragon Award winner, Tara Kohler.
My turn. So anyone who knows me knows you never know what's going to come out of my mouth during the speech. So when I was asked to give a keynote, I thought, what does one give a keynote speech about at an opportunity like this? So I did what anyone would do, and I turned to Google. I looked up what Paragon stands for, and I kind of laughed because it says a person or thing regarded as a perfect example of a particular quality, a model of excellence. And I kind of chuckled to myself because, like so many people I've heard, and I looked back at the two people who got the award before me, and that was Alan Silva and Paul Coogan. And I listened to their speeches trying to learn, what is it that the Paragon Award winner is supposed to say? And I realized something really unique, and that's every one of us with the Paragon Award had a feeling of, why me? I don't deserve that. Also a feeling of, Bristol gave us a shot. Bristol Community College was there when we needed it. As you heard from Stephen's introduction, I came here right out of high school. For those of you who don't know my story, most people see a superintendent and think you must have been a straight A student, right? That wasn't the case for me. In fact, if my mother were here, she would tell you how you could look at my report card sometimes and see the D's going down them. I was very interested in socializing. I would pass the tests, but I didn't have the greatest regard for the concept of high school. That being said, and I know that sounds really silly, but that changed when I had a high school principal named Mr. King. For any of you who went to Dartmouth High School, he knew every one of us. He smiled at us. He was kind. And he would notice if you were missing. And it sounds like a really small thing, but it was a huge thing. And it made me want to show up every day. And then senior year, I finally had a teacher named Mr. Baggerly, and he was my psychology teacher. And he was a gentleman who let me realize that learning was bigger than your grade based on the grading system of turning certain things in, getting the right check boxes, etc. So I started to realize maybe I'm not as, not smart as I thought I was. Maybe I have a little bit more to offer than I thought. And in those moments, I realized that teaching was what I needed to do. It felt like home when I was in front of a classroom, when I was with students, when I was with teenagers. And my favorite was teenagers, as Stephen, I remember him fondly. But it was one of those things where you would see kids and know that they're all at different points in life. And they all need different things. But what I remembered most was the idea of being seen, people noticing when you weren't there, and understanding what it was that made you tick. And I brought that energy to New Bedford Public Schools, where I really thought I was going to retire. I loved it there. But very quickly, I got pulled and asked, why don't you become a leader? And the irony is, Bristol, when I went back and got my criminal justice degree, actually gave me an opportunity. I had a professor, Mr. McKee, Barry McKee, if some of you remember him, and I was in a nighttime cohort of criminal justice majors. They were all police officers, and then there was me, right? I never seemed to fit in the groups I was in. But what that opportunity gave me was I saw someone who looked at me and didn't think, you don't belong here because you're not a police officer. He saw someone who had a real interest in the criminal justice system, in law and legal and that type of thing. And he educated me and had me as invested as every other person in that cohort. And I thought to myself, these are the anchors in my life. And anchors have always had a special meaning to me. I've shared this before, but my grandfather always had a tattoo of an anchor on his arm. He was in World War II, was in the Navy. And I never knew what that was for, but it always intrigued me. And he would tell me that it was, why he did it and whatnot. But I learned that anchors are really that symbol of hope and consistency and safety. And that's what I needed as a young person coming up through the ranks. And I feel like that's what we all get to bring in any capacity that we sit here with at this table, at these tables. Bristol has been that anchor for me and my entire family, to be honest with you. My dad graduated from here as a nursing student. What year was that? He doesn't want to tell. He's laughing. Over 50 years ago. So that whole 60-year anniversary, he was one of the beginning stages. Both of my brothers had their careers start through Bristol. Mine started here. And now my own daughter, Gretchen, actually is a student here. So when I say it's a generational thing, I'm not joking. But those anchors of safety, stability, and hope really came through in different forms throughout life. And I feel very strongly that if all of us could leave today just remembering to try to be an anchor for someone else's journey, then my speech will have done something good today. I think that sometimes it's a fresh start. Sometimes it's just the coming into a classroom and being seen and not judging that everything's not perfect. It's the person like Mr. King who saw me every day or would say, hey, why aren't you smiling right now? And it seemed silly that my high school principal cared whether or not I was smiling or not. And I thought, if I'm going to be a principal someday, I want to be that kind of principal. I want to see the kids other people don't see. I want to be the anchor for the kids who don't have everything going on perfect at home. I also have had other things through the years. In my time in New Bedford, I had the great privilege of working for great people. I had Mike Longo, Bev Bizzarro, Joe Oliver, just to name a few, who always were those beacons for me. If I made a mistake, they'd help me learn and grow. And if I didn't do so hot, they would encourage me on how to get better. One thing I learned there with my students was that you can't save everybody, but you can try. And I never wanted to have a regret or put my head on the pillow and think there was something I could have done differently or there was something I missed. So there were many a nights, and my husband, another one of my anchors in life, could tell you, there were days I'd come home like, I want to take this kid home, right? Or we'd be at the mall and there'd be some crazy thing going on with police cars and I'd be like, come with me, you know, and people would look at me, you know, like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, you have to see the glimpse in every single human out there. And it's an opportunity that I got by being in the positions that I was in. Coming over to Fairhaven, I was able to work with Bob Baldwin, who was an amazing mentor. Great school committee, built a team, and that team consisted of the first thing we look for in a person, a teacher. Anybody who comes to work in the district, if you want to be a custodian, a secretary, a teacher, a principal, an assistant superintendent, you have to love kids with your entire heart. It has to be the fire burning in your belly more than anything else. And we really pride ourselves on that. So it might seem sometimes, I've said this to our team, that we're picky, but we are. We're entrusted with lives in front of us every single day. And it's not easy work. But what I do know is that those anchors along the way are what help kids see those moments. You know, you look back in life and recognize all the pivotal moments that got you where you are. And those pivotal moments are things that we have an opportunity to help and give other people every single day. When I think about the work at Fairhaven High School, when I tell you I walked in and there were kids who would not say hi to the principal, I was like, what, right? What is happening? I was used to it at New Bedford High. I had all my kids would say, you know, hey, miss, what's up? Like, they were so good. And I come to Fairhaven and I was just sort of taken aback by this difference between the staff and the kids. So in time, I kind of took it upon myself to learn kids' names and get to see everybody and be the Mr. King in their life. And in doing that, we help shift a culture. And I really believe in the work of shifting a culture. Don't underestimate the power any one of us can have. Again, that's so sweet, thank you. But on the verge of becoming right now one of the first districts actually in New England, but only the first in Massachusetts to get actual district accreditation through the New England Colleges Association of Schools and Colleges. And that's a really hard feat. And I watched the team mobilize to do the work. And when the focus is now all about kids, I know that the work has been meaningful and transformational. And I listened to all of the award members before me, and your work is so amazing. I'm like, how the heck did I end up with an award with this group of people? So I want to just really give kudos to each and every one of you. But you're all anchors every day also, and it's making a difference in everybody's life. When I look back and think about the anchor, the hope, the promise, I look around and I look at Bristol and I think, you know, when my grandparents passed away, the first thing my dad did was wanted to do a scholarship in their name here. And he wanted it to be here because this gave a start to him and his journey. And then when I look back and see my brothers or my children and my husband and my in-laws driving an hour to get here, I just think this organization, this establishment means so much to so many people. I feel really honored to be privileged with this award. Definitely far from a paragon. But what I can tell you is by having anchors and having that sense of belonging is what made all the difference in the world. And I can't thank you enough for this recognition. Stephen, I'm laughing though because you happen to be on one of my favorite TV shows. Remember you married someone? I'm going to embarrass you. Married at First Sight. He did marry a couple on the show. It's my guilty pleasure, not going to lie. Sorry. He's like, stop. But when I say that, I look at him out of endearment because as the years went on, I had him at New Bedford High School. I go on, I'm at Fairhaven, and I have a young man who says to me, I want to go into government. I want to go into politics. And he's a senior, he's the class president, he's tweeting to like the Secretary of Education. This kid saw no barrier. And I said, I had a student like you once, and I remember, and it was Stephen Martins. And I called up Stephen and asked him if he would help mentor that young man, and he did. And now that young man is off in Washington doing great things and wildly successful. And I think to myself, though, we need to remember to lean on and ask those anchors in our life to pass it on, right? Because sometimes you just go about living your day-to-day life and you forget that you have something to offer. So I don't care if you're working right at McDonald's and you're helping someone and you give them that joy for a minute when you're kind and pleasant and someone's having the worst day ever. That's a game changer in that day. If you're in a position where you can make opportunities for other people, like I heard earlier, that's a game changer. And when you recognize that all of us tonight were women, I thought that was interesting because I grew up with my dad being one of the first male nurses, and I became the first female principal. And I remember someone saying something to me about that, and I thought, like, I never even saw it. Never even saw it, right? Are you proud of being the first woman? I didn't even notice that I was the first woman because I've never seen gender as a barrier. And I've always been in the positions that have put me with a lot of men. I would like to thank my brothers who kept it real for me because growing up with two boys, I think has made it very easy to be in a male-dominated world. You know, a couple headlocks as a kid, making fun of each other, whatever. I can hold my own in a group of men. So when I would be, you know, the first female high school principal in this area and I'm with a bunch of, you know, kind of athletic jock type principals, I was like, I got this, right? Kind of always had that swag about it. So I just want to say whatever happens out there, you know, I thank you. This will be a very important night that I'll always remember. And I thank you, Stephen. It's very meaningful to have someone like you because the kids along the way also serve as anchors to me when I can look back and see those kids that I know I maybe played a little tiny role in. So thank you all again. I really appreciate the honor.
Not sweating and blushing on the side. Right. And I could tell you, as someone that first, I guess you can call her Tara now, right? I'm so used to calling her Miss Caller, but is that she is the same person from over 2 decades when I first met her. She's the same person as she is today. Like, has not changed. She's so amazing and great with people, with students, and we really appreciate you. So congratulations again, Tara. So wow, what an inspiring night. Tonight we have seen the incredible impact that Bristol Community College alumni, our community. I know that I speak for all the alumni in this room tonight when I say that I am proud to call myself a Bristol Community College alum. I also want to just make sure I give a big thank you to the amazing staff, Judy, Steve, and Don. They're just absolutely amazing, and everyone else who organized the staff. Thank you. Steve is going to kill me because I'm going off script, but I have to make sure I thank him. Thank the staff. And thank you to all who are here tonight for your support in this extraordinary institution. We hope you will all join us on Friday, March 28 at the National Offshore Wind Institute for the Bristol Community College Foundation's annual gala. You can see and even take part in some of the trainings, enjoy jazz music, and more incredible gourmet fare prepared and served by our culinary arts program as we celebrate Bristol's 60th anniversary. You'll also get the chance to meet Bristol's new president, Dr. Sedgwick, Harris. It says turn off the microphone now. So, but congratulations to everyone. Thank you.